so much. We are starting right about now. I'll just take us through the house rules, introduce our guests, and we'll be good to go. So welcome to the Discovery, the 23rd edition of the Discovery. We truly welcome you. Thank you for joining us. So house rules, everyone's mic, like you probably have noticed that your mic is muted. So if you have any question, I'm encouraging you and I'm appealing to you to use the chat room. Comments, contributions are all welcome in the chat room. But please don't be stingy with your applause. So use the chat room to celebrate our guests, to highlight points that hits you, the aha moment, the wow moment. Let's be as interactive as possible, and I'm sure she will enjoy it too. So what's the Discovery all about? For those who are joining us for the first time, and particularly for the benefit of our guests, the Discovery is the weekly business opportunity meeting put together by Team Grace International. And the purpose is to show the legality of this industry, to show the unique company we partner with, and to welcome new people to the industry and specifically to the company we proudly partner with. In Team Grace, because this program is put together by Team Grace International, Grace makes us game changers, and this program is live on the Game Changers Network page on Facebook. So on behalf of Gilbert Ute and myself, we welcome you again to this program. So let's meet our guests. Our guest for today is a graduate of public administration from the Institute of Management and Technology, IMT Enugu. She's the founder and CEO of Christ My King Foundation, poised to add value in our world to help humanity and to meet the need of the less privileged across the globe. She has a story of from grass to God's grace, which was born through persistence, passion, and determination. And these have given birth to the success being celebrated today. She has raised several weekly millionaires globally, and she has helped so many people achieve financial freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, please, using your chat room, receive with me and celebrate our guest for today, who is happily married and blessed with a daughter, two-star director, Marian Emmanuel. Let's make her feel welcome. Let's celebrate her in the chat room. I would not spotlight her if I'm not seeing us celebrating her in the chat room. I'm waiting. I want to see the chat room buzzing because I want to spotlight her. So ma'am, please start your video so I can spotlight you. Yes, everybody is celebrating you. Everybody, thank you for celebrating our guest for today. Our video will soon be on, and when her video is on, she would come on to our faces. Okay, she will start her video later. You are welcome, ma'am. Thank you for being with us. Thank you. We look forward to seeing your pretty face soon. I know somebody had asked, somebody saw the flyer and said to me, who is this?
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
So her voice is on. Thank you, ma'am. So somebody said, who is this lady? And I'm like, okay, what about her? So she's so pretty, and I'm just going to be on the show because of her lovely face. So her lovely face earned me a guest on this program. Thank you so much, ma'am. You are most welcome. So do I still have you there, ma'am?
Yes, I'm with you. Thank you so much, Ma.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So one of the things I want to hit the ground running with is to ask you about your entrepreneurial journey. So I'm wondering, a graduate of public administration from IMT, and then now is an entrepreneur, adding value to lives, making millionaires. How did you transit from that corporate plan? I'm sure when you went to school, did public administration, your plan was to get an 8 to 5 job and maybe by now be a permanent secretary of some sort. How did you find your way into entrepreneurship? Yes, ma'am.
Late 2016 to 2017.
Yeah.
And I heard about a platform. So it was quite different from what I studied in school.
Yeah.
And I was I was missing out on some things, the major things, because I had some offers to take up jobs somewhere, as in the south and in the west. But I told myself, I don't think I am made for this. As in anything that will keep me in a place to let's say, to depend on someone to make things happen for myself and all that, I don't think is what I really want to do. So I told myself, there's something more out of life, and I want to know this thing out of life that I need, and I want to be more. At the end of the day, I I started, even before I knew this wonderful platform, I had this zeal to stretch out of my comfort zone then. So as I started looking around to see what I could do. And if you're my friend on Facebook, you will notice that most of my posts, I talk a lot about how I used to put things together, like bring food from Cross River State to Akwa Ibom State to retail, to sell to some people who were really interested and all that, as in these entrepreneurial skills have been there. So at the end of the day, I told myself there's something I needed to do. So God saw my heart and the way I've positioned my heart to go all out to make things happen. And he brought this wonderful opportunity my way. So immediately I got on board. I was like, yes, this is it. This is what my heart has been looking for. And I stand to settle for it, because by himself, he ordered my steps into the platform, and he made me to embrace it. So that alone has kept me going, and that made me to have this spirit of entrepreneurship in me to be who I am today by God's grace.
Wow. That's so, I'm loving that story. I haven't read public administration. You just had this thing for wanting to add value and wanting something more, and you were in search of that. So in this entrepreneurial journey, what has been unique for you? So you've done a bit of business here and there. What has made this particular journey unique for you, that has kept you there for the last like 4 or 5 years?
Wow. The answer to this question is, um, let me say, so many things. So many things I've come to know today that I am forever grateful to God that I took a leap of faith to make it happen. Number one, the platform or the entrepreneurial journey has been amazing, because I found the let me use the word place to um live out my true identity. So the most important thing is discovering your location, as in where you really want to be, the main place where you want to excel from. And at the end of the day, I found this platform and I told myself, I am in the right place, and this will help me to become more. Honestly speaking, when I started my entrepreneurial journey on this platform, I knew nothing about entrepreneurship. I knew nothing about multi-level marketing. I had no idea at all. But at the end of the day, I discovered that the platform itself brings out the best in you, as in there is the real you that is inside of you that needs to emerge. And this platform helped to bring out the best that was in me, which I never knew I had.
Wow.
Before now, you can't talk of putting let's say a number of 10 to 20 people together to talk to them about something meaningful, as in that will help affect their future or their destinies positively. Before now, I couldn't do it. But as I saw a platform that immediately I came on board, I was like, what can I do to be successful? I attended my first seminar, I attended the second seminar, the third seminar. I attended only seminars 3 times. And I was hungry for success. You know, a lot of people will be like, I want to be successful, but they are not hungry for this success. But people like me, I came and I told myself, I am hungry. And this hunger, the only thing that can quench it, the hunger is success. It's either I succeed or I succeed. So I told
Wow.
myself, on this platform, I've gained the knowledge from these 3 different seminars I've attended, and I was so inquisitive. You can ask my upline; he will tell you. I would ask all the questions in this world until his wife was tired of me and was like, "You want to know everything in one day?" I said, "You don't understand. If I get what I want, I would fly, and the sky will be my starting point by the grace of God." And as in, I was hungry. I stepped out and I told myself, after these 3 different presentations or seminars I've attended, I need to take a bold step. So I came all the way from Akwa Ibom State to Enugu State. I started looking out for people I can gather together. You know, this mindset started coming in. I said, so I can actually gather people together and explain to them about this wonderful platform. And these people, there's no how they will not listen to me. As in, I was just doing everything by faith. I never came with this mindset of I would bring people together, talk to them, and at the end of the day, they won't sign up. I was not even looking at all those
Wow.
negative aspects of it. I was so positive, and I told myself, it's either these people believe in me or I keep doing it until I will have the right set of people who will believe in me. So that was how I did it. And at the end of the day, I started having results
Wow.
after within 6 months of doing it consistently till the till the next year, as in till 1 year in the journey or on the journey. So this is what people need to think of and do the same thing so that at the end of the day they will have amazing results. I tried it when I started. Nobody had it all, nobody knew it all, or nobody prepared before we came here. This one is quite different from what somebody will tell you. This is what you will see or experience when you come in here. But the truth is, I came in here, I saw everything, and I told myself, this is the right place, and this is where I'm going to build to raise weekly millionaires from. And today, to God be the glory, it has happened.
Wow. Today, to God be the glory, it has happened. I hear you say a
Yes.
few things. I hear you say stretch out of your comfort zone. I hear you say
Comfort zone.
being
Yes.
hungry for success, commitment. And I loved something you said. Said
Yes.
either I succeed or I succeed.
Exactly.
There is no other way out.
Succeed.
You
Exactly.
never saw the
There is
negativity in
no
the
other
business.
way at all.
But then I'm wondering, you
At
started
all.
this business quite young in terms of you were just out of school. Didn't you feel pressure from your parents thinking, get a better job? I mean, have a career path. What are you doing with this? Didn't you have a pressure from home, from the older people to say, what are you doing here? Are you not wasting your time? And if you did, how did you handle it?
Yes, I did. And I'll tell you, it was not funny at all. You know, I was in a seminar on Tuesday this week, and I told them during my presentation that I thank God I did not listen to those who said no, because their no's kept me going. I've never been afraid of rejection. The way I program my mind, immediately I acquired the right knowledge about this platform. I decided on my own to program my mind in a way that I can't allow anything negative to come into my mind. I wake up every day and I believe that it is possible for me to make things happen. And it comes as the day ends with results. And at the end of the day, I see myself with these amazing results, and I thank God for it. So I started my entrepreneurial journey. That was after my NYSC. I've not worked anywhere after my NYSC before I embraced this platform.
Wow.
And for this opportunity. And I told myself, I am here and I'm here to build wealth by the grace of God. So at the end of the day, the people I people around me, as in the let's say, some family members I talked to about the business, they were like, okay, and they were not really getting it. Some of them were not getting it, and some who understand, they feel, who are you to tell me about business? You're a young girl. What do you know
Exactly.
about business and all that? And then those who, maybe that was one of the reasons why God pushed me out of, let's say, the location I was,
Mm,
where I did my NYSC, but
mm,
I never prospected more people around that environment,
mm.
because it was as if almost everybody was in Longreach in Uyo. So I relocated to Enugu State to start. So
Wow.
when I got to Enugu State, I decided to start from my people I knew when I was in school, because I schooled in Enugu, people I knew when I was in school. So some of them said yes, some said no. Even some have not even said yes till now. So I decided to forget about them, and I prayed and I told God, direct me to the world, to the markets. That's where I want to go to. Not people, as in, let me see how I can walk outside the people that I know. Let it be people I don't even know, as in strangers, total strangers. But still, some family members I met in Enugu here, like a lady, I remember a lady, when I came into Enugu, then there was no money. Will you see money to pay for a house rent? To rent an apartment to stay. There was no money. So one of my, let me say, aunties, I stayed in her house.
Yeah.
Her own elder sister saw me one day when I was talking to people about Longreach, explaining the business opportunity to them. The woman stood somewhere and was shaking her head and said, Kai, you can imagine, this girl has gone for service. She's a graduate. She has finished her NYSC. Instead of her to go and look for a good job to do, you are here talking about Longreach, and panty liner, everyday panty liner, panty liner.
Oh,
She said, you won't go and look for a serious job to do. You want to waste your time here. Eh? You're wasting your time here talking about Longreach, instead of you going out there to look for what to do. At the end of the
wow.
day, I listened to her. I heard what she said. And I told her, Auntie, don't worry. This Longreach, I am going there. And by God's grace, this Longreach, you be among the people that will congratulate me. She said, my dear, stop wasting your time. Go and look for a good job to do and stop wasting
Wow.
your time here. I said, okay, I've heard you, but I refuse to take what you have said to me. And
Mm.
not only her, a lot of people, they were looking at me like a mad person. They were
Wow.
like, why is this girl wasting her time? You have you have as in people around you can help you get a job. I even had an
Yeah.
offer to work somewhere in Abuja through one of my uncles, and I told him I was not ready to work anywhere at all. To work for someone, my mind was out of it completely. So I was last year, we went to the church, and inside the church, this lady who told me this, who said that to me, that I will not go and look for I will not go and look for a good job to
Great
do.
job.
I'm here wasting my time with Longreach. The lady, I saw her in church, and the pastor was using my house. The Longreach house we built last year as an example that
Yeah.
this can happen in the life of a man, because you trust God, you believe in God and all that. And at the end of the day, the same lady who mocked me was seated right there in church. And even before that,
Wow.
last year, December, I to that same spot, that same place she stood to talk about me looking for a good job to do. I drove my Longreach car. That was in 2018. I drove to that place, and she was still at the same spot selling what she was selling. And I met her
Wow.
there. She saw me immediately. She saw me inside the car. She called everybody to come and see her sister. Oh, come
Hmm.
and see my sister. My sister now owns a Jeep. Oh, my sister just came back from China. Oh, my sister this, my sister that. So people started asking her, what is she doing? She was the one telling them that is that laundry she was doing that is paying her. I said, God can
Wow.
use some set of people to announce you. I was sitting inside the car. She was the one doing the announcement. As in,
Exactly.
it was amazing. It was very funny. But what I'm telling you today is that people will mock you. They have mocked me. I've seen it happen in my own life. But if I had given up, I would have given up all these things. The good life, the better life and better future we talk about in Longreach, I would have given it up because of people. But I refused to look at them. I was like, God, I know where I am headed with you, and I know what you can do. My future is in your hands, not in the hands of anybody who is mocking me today. And I know what you can do for me. So today, the story is different. The same lady I
Wow.
was staying with in her house last year, December, also said something. She said, that's her junior sister to the other lady. She said, if she had known this long range started from her house, she would have joined since that day. Till today, she's not yet a member. And she's
Jesus.
regretting it because she has seen the evidence. She have seen the evidence.
Not
Some will
joining.
not join you, especially if they know you very well. They won't even join. They feel you are coming to intimidate them and this and that. So I decided to face my fronts, to work with people who are willing to come on board to build wealth with us. So this should encourage you out there to know that you are more than enough and you have it in you. You might not be seeing the picture the way you want it to be, the future, the way you want it to be today as a beginner on this platform. But I tell you, I never saw it. When results started coming, it was like a dream. I'll be like, the first day my car came in 2017, December, I refused to sleep. The day I heard that my car was coming in from Lagos, from that day that I qualified, 23rd of December till January, I refused to sleep until my car lands in Enugu. I was praying, binding, and casting any demon that will go and cause accident on the way. I said, God, they won't see this, my Jeep. Until the car arrived in Enugu. And when it came, it was like a dream. It was as if I was dreaming. So that is how it is. You're working, you might not be seeing results today. People around you might not believe in you. Forget about it. Move on and remain consistent in whatever you're doing. At the end of the day, they will all come back and tell you, please, how can I come on board this platform? I've seen a whole lot of them. So thank you so much.
Wow. That's awesome. I want to take you back to your starting. You came in
Okay.
after your youth call. How did you actually start?
Okay, I started my entrepreneurial journey with a borrow 60,000 naira. The
Wow.
man who told me about the platform, he 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 told me about it in the to him to ask for a transport, as in for transport fare to pay back to the house. It was as bad as that. You
Wow.
can imagine if you started long range business with your own money and you're still playing with this opportunity, then how much more people like me that started with a borrowed fund. He told me, you can do this. He told me about the opportunity and I said, immediately he mentioned Longreach. I fell in love with the name. I was like, wow, my spirit accepts this name very well. And I will think about it, but I don't know how to talk. That was my first excuse. The same excuse that people like, as in people out there give. And this excuse have robbed a lot of people from the good life, from living the good life. Please, I advise you loosen up and embrace this wonderful opportunity, because people like me started with nothing, with zero, as in zero fund. I had 1,000 naira in my bank account, my first bank account when I started Longreach business. So it's not about how much you have. It's not about how much you started with. It's about your, as in your preparation. Have you prepared your mind to embrace this opportunity to run with it? That's what we're talking about. So I told him I'll think about it. 2 days later, I called him and I told him I was ready for it, but there was no money. And I already prayed about it. God directed my step that I go to him and then talk with him about the business. So I called him on the phone and he called me to come over to the house, went to his house. He sat me down, explained everything about the platform I was coming into to me. And then he handed me over to the wife. Then his wife is the man in question is Pastor Obon Cornell, a pastor in my church. And then his wife, Mrs. Our 3-star director, Mrs. Ininfonu Boncornell, I met with her. She took over from there, took me to our 3-star director, SD3 James F. Young. I met with her. And a man called Engineer Outin has already mapped out names of people he wants to empower on the Longreach platform. And my name was among these people. He used 60,000 naira to empower me to start my entrepreneurial journey. So that was how I started Longreach, not from my pocket, not from my own money, but from a man God used to sign me up on the Longreach platform. And I am forever grateful to God that I said yes. Even without my own personal money, I decided to stay, to build, and to see the end of this particular business opportunity that has been presented to me. I was not lazy about it. Unlike, as in, some people will tell you, it's not my money. Why am I wasting my time stressing myself? They won't even value the opportunity that is in their hands. Only they know, we know that even with 0 naira, you don't need money to become successful in life. What you need is lying inside of you. At the end of the day, I am grateful because I started it. And as I said yes to it, I decided to understand it and then build it up. By God's grace, God gave it the success that we all are seeing and celebrating today. So it's not about money, it's about you, your mindset. So you need to have a change of mindset and understand that you have a gold mine in your hands that you can use to make wealth.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, that was huge. I mean, and
You're
what you
welcome.
said is so true. The fact that it was not your money did not make you feel lazy about it. You still decided to do it. Somebody said, but SD Marian, what did you hear that convinced you to join? I know you said you liked the name, but someone said, what else did you hear that convinced you to join?
Yes. Okay. This meeting, they told me about it, Pastor Obonel, when he was explaining to me about the business. He said to me that he has seen me and he has seen the zeal I have, the passion I have, and that somebody like me would do well on the Longreach platform. And at the end of the day, I told him, okay, think about it. I told him I'll think about it. And then when he sat me down to explain to me, he told me that if I know what I have in my hands, I would value it because this can make me to become a weekly millionaire, number one. This platform can make me to become as in a trip qualifier, not just a trip qualifier, that I can be traveling out of the country every now and then. And then I can also become a car qualifier or cars qualifier. And I said, okay, I will think about it and get back. That was just the 3 things he mentioned: weekly millionaire, traveling, and then owning my own dream car and all that. There was nothing much, not like the way we go out prospecting to people, telling them what they stand to gain and all that. It was when I attended the seminar and then I requested for presentation slide. I went back home and I studied the presentation slide. And after listening to this presentation slide, I discovered that there's something more to what he told me than what I heard from him. And another thing was the success stories of those who have succeeded on the platform, those who came on board like 2-3 years before I came on board. And I decided to build on what they told me. Everything they told me, they were like, this person has qualified for this person has built this house, has achieved this. Okay, if this person can do this, can achieve all these things, nothing more. It was my session and then the right understanding. And then from the beginning, remember I told you, he told me about it in church and I went back home. I prayed about it and God told me yes, that Longreach is a good platform and that with it, I can do exploit, that in Longreach, he will make me great. So with God's conviction alone, I never waited for any man to tell me Longreach is good. I never waited for any man to tell me you get heaven and earth from this platform. God already did his own part and I accepted it and I moved with it. In fact, it was even the conviction of God in it. God telling me that, yes, it's a good platform. I should go ahead and do it. That gave me the boldness that even when I feel, let's say, I talk to people and they are like, they are not interested. I would be like, I would reassure myself and tell myself, you must be interested tomorrow. If not now, I know you're coming back tomorrow. I'm going to get you in my team. So it gave me the conviction to hold on to all these rejections. I never looked at it as an obstacle to build, because I knew if I push further, my success is just by the corner. And then to tell you the truth, between August 2017 to December, the breakthrough as it started raining breakthrough. My first trip was, I qualified for it in August 2017, which I traveled to China in July to August 2017. I traveled to China in September. That was my first breakthrough in Long Reach. Then 2017, December, I qualified for another trip to South Africa, double slot, and then my first car in December on the same date, 23rd of December. So you can imagine. And before this qualification, I had a terrible accident on the road on my way to Makurdi, Benue State.
Wow.
You can imagine. So these things are temptation that was trying to stop me from getting to where God was taking me to, but God delivered me. I came out alive. You can imagine a vehicle, the tire busted and somersaulted 3 times into the bush. I was seeing the other side of the world, but I came out as the first person to ask for help, for people to come and help every other person to come out from the vehicle. And thank God no life was lost. And it was part of my story as God was preparing me ahead for today and for tomorrow. So you must not wait for anything to make you to be motivated to move. I was convinced in the spirit. I started to move without any man's.
Wow. Wow. Did we lose her? That was some explosive. Esty Miriam, your volume is off. I think network is playing a fast one over there. Wow. While waiting for, I know she's still on, she's talking, but I think network is dealing with us a bit. But while waiting for her to come back on, she has said so much that it's just too much, so much for us to take in. And thank you for everyone that your comments, everybody is getting encouraged. And for those of us on the team, I want to appreciate all the leaders from the various teams that are on this call. We never take your joining us for granted. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, I see those comments. I'm encouraged. I am also encouraged. Like she was saying, and I'm sure she will soon be back up with us. One of the things she said was that she prepared her mind to embrace the opportunity. And that is so much. It's not a one shot at it. She kept at it and she said something, said she never saw the negativity in the business. So for a lot of us who go out there and people are telling us all the negatives, don't see the negativity. What are you seeing? If you see success, you will get success. But if you see negativity,
So sorry, the network was poor, ma.
Yes. Thank God you are back. So
yes,
like you were saying, but before I allow you continue, I want to ask you to do something for me. This is the first time I'm going to ask anybody to do this, and I'm putting you on the spot. I want you to just give up, assuming you are meeting me for the first time, a 2 minutes, 3 minutes presentation of Long Reach. How would you go about it?
Okay. Long Reach is a 35 years old multinational company based in China. And it has helped a lot of people to achieve financial freedom just by switching their personal brand to Long Reach brand. And it's a platform that helps to convert your daily expenses into profit. And then the platform also has different business model people can come on board with to do more on the platform. Like, for instance, it's a multinational company that is into production and manufacturing for other top-notch companies in the world, which we already know, and we've been using their products without knowing that Longrich is the original equipment manufacturers for these companies like GSK, Sensodyne toothpaste for GSK, Elizabeth Arden's perfumes, and um, daily consumable products for Adidas. That's men products for Adidas, and for Unilever, Carrefour, Walmart, Avon, Shiseido, different top companies in the world. And this platform is a very simple platform with a very simple business model, the way I call it, because the brain behind it is simple. You switch your personal brand of all the things you use personally at home to Longrich daily consumable products, and you earn for doing that. You get the value in points, and then you get the value in cash. And then the company said you can do business with maximum of 3 persons. And in the world, you know the population of the world today, so maximum of 3 persons shouldn't be a problem or an issue at all. So these people come on board, you build a team, and with the team you build, you excel and grow together to achieve financial freedom on the Longrich platform. It's not a buying and selling kind of business for a lot of people who say network marketing is all about selling. In Longrich does not understand the language selling of products. We consume what we produce ourselves, and then we share these lovely products to people around us who have, especially those who have health challenges, and we've recorded a lot of testimonies. So that is Longrich, and you can come on board with any of the categories. And the good thing about Longrich platform is that the business, the opportunity you're coming into to partner with, or the company you're coming in to partner with, gives you the opportunity to select whatever you want based on the amount of money you have or you can afford, free of charge, using your money to buy those things you need personally. So you don't register with money. All you do is shop from Longrich and change your personal brand to Longrich, and you get a membership code. You get started, you build your business from there. Then the same points you accumulate in Longrich gives you weekly bonuses, qualification of trips, international trips, all expenses paid. If you're not interested, you can convert them to, you can get the cash equivalent. And then another benefit is the points help you to qualify for your car, and the points help you to grow up in rank, and then to grow up to the star directorship level where you start enjoying the scholarship, all expenses paid scholarship to Suzhou University and in USA for your MBA program. So these just an explanation of what Longrich business opportunity is about. Thank you, ma.
Wow, thank you so much. Of course, when
Thank
an
you,
SD
sir.
is talking, it's obvious. It's an SD talking. That was just straight to the point. Awesome. But I have a question for you. Somebody says to
Okay.
me, each time people don't want to hear Longrich. They don't want to tell them about Longrich. So how do I still introduce them to this business? When it's telling me they've heard too much about Longrich, they don't want to hear Longrich. What do I do?
It depends on let's say, I told somebody yesterday, I met there's this my team member I was trying to explain some things to, and I told her that a lot of people have heard the name Longrich, but they don't understand or they don't know what it's all about. I've met people like that. And then you see another set of people that don't even want to hear that name at all because they had bad experiences in the past and they're thinking it's the same thing that they've experienced in the past and all that. So people like that, I tell people, make sure if you're going out, there's no team in Longrich, let's say in Longrich, Nigeria, that does not have a star director. If you
Yes.
have a star director in your team or a Diamond 7 leader in your team, you engage them to talk to these people on your behalf. And it will help you because sometimes they believe those people you're sending to talk to them even more than the person that is introducing the business to them. So this method has worked for me, and I believe it will work for you. And then you don't present Longrich to people out there by saying, come and do long reach. During my seminar this week, Tuesday, I told them, I said, you can't tell me come and do long reach and I'll listen to you. You must have, that's why you need to have the right knowledge and what to say to present to people out there. You understand? So when you have the right words in your mouth, these people will listen to you. Not when you say come and do long reach or come and do networking. These two things, these two things are out of it at all, as in completely. So you tell them about long reach and then about our factory too in Lagos.
Yeah.
Because no multi-level marketing company in Africa that has a factory in Africa, that's the truth, only long reach. So please, you need to do your own personal research about long reach. A lot of people will join long reach, they will go about prospecting immediately without any knowledge. You will fail out there because these people you're going to meet, a lot of them are network marketers and they will sweep you off your feet. So you need to equip yourself. I told you something when I started presenting that the 3 different seminars I attended when I joined Long Reach really helped me.
Yeah.
And these days I was like, the slides I got from my star director, I went back home, I sat down to study it and I said, let me consume this thing into my spirit and have it so that even if I'm sleeping in the dream and you ask me what is long reach, I know what to tell you. And you need to know the difference between long reach and the difference between other multi-level marketing. And the reason why long reach is standing tall and the reason why others fail. Please, this is very important. Once you have this knowledge, I had the knowledge in 2016 and the knowledge has kept me going. I can tell you, this is why long reach is different from others. And the truth is that once people understand this truth, that we are not here, I talked about buying and selling and all that. There's no authorship in long reach. There's no target in long reach. There's no pressure. There's no flushing of points on this platform. So please, if you know and have all these things, you grab it so that you can run with it at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I truly appreciate you. I will hold you just a moment. I'll come back to you shortly. But I want to appreciate SD, 2SD Manuel Ejuru and SD Manuel Ejuru. They are huge support and they have always been there. And again, they are on this call today. Truly appreciate you. We don't take you for granted at all. Thank you.
You're
and
welcome,
all
ma'am.
the other leaders on the call, thank you so, so much. You give us the support to keep us going. And for everybody on this call, just in case you're on this call today, somebody invited you. I want to ask you to please go ahead to the person, get back to the person that invited you to this presentation. Otherwise, you can contact any of us on 0802-313-4278 or 0809-667-7300. You can also visit our Facebook page, The Game Changers Network, and our YouTube page, TGI Entrepreneurs. You need information, you will get this information from any of these sources. Make sure that you get back to the person that invited you to this meeting. And next week, Saturday, you don't want to miss it. Right with us on the house will be an awesome gentleman, FSD James Epiong. He will be in the house with us next week, Saturday. You don't want to miss it. And it's the same link like you used today that we'll be using again on Saturday. So ensure you make it a date with us next Saturday. You don't want to miss him. I don't know what else to tell you, but you don't want to miss it. Thank you so much. So ma'am, I'm back to you and I'm back to you with a question. How did you handle team building?
Team building, it's not really easy building a team, especially coming from your own world into a different world of meeting different kind of people. We have different kind of people in the world and different people with different mindsets. So it takes knowledge and teaching to equip these people with the same knowledge and mindset you have to move with them. So it's not really easy though, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. And I started my journey, like I said, without relying on anybody, not even an upline, to become successful. I took responsibility from the beginning, and I told myself I would not even wait for any team member who is not active to become active before I stand up to become active. So at the end of the day, I stood up, I built my team, and then I moved with those who were willing to move. Because a lot of people will tell you, will give you excuses. And those who joined my team in 2017, a lot of them are still here till today. A lot of them are still sleeping. And so many of them started waking up when they saw me in China in 2017. They saw my car, they saw all the good things. They started coming back gradually. And I was like, thank God I'm not the one inviting you back to come and build. Because the same thing we tell you is the same evidence you're seeing that is happening. And if I can achieve this, you too can achieve it. So I encourage everyone as a member on this platform to rely on yourself, not on any team member. And then keep doing what you're doing. Raise leaders like you. And as you raise leaders like you, deposit into them what you know, everything you know about Long Reach. And as you do that, you will get the right result at the end of the day. Because today we are not talking about how to go down to the scratch to start building team members and all that. So we are talking about the knowledge we impacted in them. Those who grabbed it are working with us, and those who, as in, did not understand, they are somewhere there in regrets, looking at you. And I hear some of them will tell you, are you the only one? Is only all of you that are leaders that are qualifying and this and that? And I show them my 3 months old team member who joined the business and qualified for her first trip. I show them my 5 months old leader on the platform who qualified for her first car. You show them this kind of people, because if you move with the right minded team members, they are the one that will go to the market and tell them that it's possible and it's doable. So keep building until you get the right team members to move with. That's all.
Wow. Keep building until you get the right team members to build it. Like SD Manuel will always say, result always removes insults. So just keep building, and your results will always remove insults. Thank you so much, ma'am. SD Emmanuel Ejuru has been here with his wife, and they have taught us so many things. And every time I hear somebody else, I still hear the same principles being echoed again and again. Thank you very much, ma'am. So I'm still with you on team building. You said something. You said some people feel like, some people are there sleeping. Some people are there active. Some people then said to me, everybody has qualified. Long as it's all over Nigeria already. Is it not too late to join? What do you think?
It's not too late to join. In fact, I told my husband recently, I said, we have not even started, we've not even scratched Nigeria market, because Long Reach members, we are not up to 2 million or 3 million. And how many population do we have in Nigeria?
Almost 200.
So we are not going to rest until until we have the whole country covered with Long Reach, not only Nigeria, Africa, and the whole world. That's our mission. That's where we are headed. So you don't need to be discouraged that everybody is telling you Long Reach is saturated. Refuse to take that home. You understand? I've met a lady who told me Long Reach is saturated, is everywhere. And I tell her, how many people are in Long Reach? We are not up to 2 million. We are not up to, in Africa, not in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we are not even up to 1 million or above, or let's say 1.5 million Long Reach members in Nigeria. We are not up to. So refuse to take that home from anybody who tell you Long Reach is saturated. That's a lie. So keep building, and you see how God will channel those kind of people that are not yet in Long Reach to your direction. And even those that are telling you Long Reach is saturated, hold them by the hand follow up until they come on board. Because they are saying it out of ignorance. They don't know. If they know, they will understand that it's a good platform they can come in and use their contacts to build with, and they move on from there.
Thank you so much. Follow up until they come on board. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
There was a time I saw a picture. It was baby Jesus. I think she was qualifying for a car, or she was doing rank advancement. How did that happen?
That's baby Judith Emmanuel,
Sorry,
my daughter.
Yes.
Yes.
How did that happen?
I when I came on board, I registered my. In fact, I created a code because I started without capital. I created a code for my unborn children.
Wow.
So, and my baby Judith was one of them, and my brother was one of them, and my husband was one of them. I was not married then. I was not even in a relationship then when I came on board Long Reach. So, my husband, and then my unborn children, and then my brother's account was created. Today, my brother is a Diamond 7 leader. Baby Judith is a Diamond 7 leader. My husband is also headed to the stars. So that is one of the things we need to do when we come on board. Make sure, even if you don't have the money, secure, generate a code through a stockist and have your children, unborn children, your future husband or wife registered, and even your parents register them on board so that as you build, every other person comes under them.
Wow.
It's very important.
That was a smart move you did. When I saw it, I'm like, wow, this baby gone straight into settlement. I mean, what other legacy do you want to give that child? That was simply amazing. So you're a postcard director. How large is your team?
My team is almost 50,000 members, and we are still growing. Wow. We are still building. We are still counting. We are not resting until we achieve over 200 million membership, and we are headed to 1 billion membership by the grace of God and above if Jesus tarries. So team building is what we do every day till infinity. And we keep expanding. We keep expanding.
Yeah. Thank you. Team building is what we do till infinity, and we keep expanding. Infinity. I'm still waiting for when I will see your face. Somebody came on this call to see your face. So I'm still waiting for when I will see your face.
My face is on the picture.
It's not the same thing. While I'm still waiting to see your face, and I'm still coming back to the issue of team building, which is the soul of the business. That's what the business is all about. That's what it anchors on. Now, how do you deal with team members when they are feeling frustrated, or they are feeling left out, or they are getting burnt out? How do you deal with it?
Encouragement. That's what we offer them. It has really worked, and you don't leave them. You don't leave them. Let's say, I have team members who run to me. It's just like me. When I came on board Long Reach, something happened when I joined. That was, I think, 3 months in the business. I called Mr. Call. In fact, I didn't call him. I sent him a message. I said, don't call my number after reading this message. Take your Long Reach and go. I don't want to do again. I am no longer interested.
Wow.
Mr. Connor called me. I refused to pick his call until when I finally calmed down my temper and I picked his call. He was telling me, congratulations, this is just the beginning. In fact, I've been waiting for this kind of message from you. And until you get to this level of being discouraged to quit, it means you have not started. So I have team members like that who come to me and tell me, I am tired. In fact, I give up. I remember one that happened, that was this year, sometime this year. She called me and I picked the call, and what I heard on the phone was a very loud cry, as in a mother crying like a baby. Jesus. And I was like, what happened? Calm down. Hello?
Yeah, we lost you a bit. Okay, you are here now.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah. So my husband heard the call, heard when she was talking, crying, and I tried until I calmed her down. She calmed down and now explained to me that she went out to prospect someone and the person insulted her. So she came back frustrated and the only person she could run to was me.
Wow.
And I thought, I've been there and it's nothing to me. So I calmed her down. And the second time again, she came back chatting me on WhatsApp that the person she has been following up, she discovered the person signed up under another person, so she's so discouraged, she's quitting. I said, that second time she came back, and I said, oh, you want to quit? At this level where you are in Longreach, you want to quit. Okay, my dear, safe journey. I am no longer here to pet you or to tell you to stay, because I know what I did the first time and I told you everything. So this particular time you're coming back, if you want to go, my dear, you have my goodwill message or my farewell. I said, go.
Wow.
Tomorrow, somebody like you will look at us and you'll be regretting why you quit, as in why you decided to leave. So these words sank inside her, and the next day I saw her on Facebook posting about her business. And I told my husband, I said, you see, sometimes you will just let these people know that you're not forcing them. It's a gold mine. When you qualify for your car, I am not the one that will drive it.
Yes,
it is you that will drive your car. My AC car I'm enjoying today since 2017. I am the one that is enjoying it, not my upline. I can fly to any country and enjoy myself in any country of my choice, not my upline, but myself. So everything I am doing is to my own pocket. So if you want to quit, it is you and yourself. So there is no how I will come back and beg you again to stay when I've begged you the first time and I've corrected everything that made you to think of quitting. So you understand, people like that, you keep petting them, tell them it is well until they'll get to the level where they will see what you have seen. In fact, as a Diamond 7 leader, let me see that Diamond 7 that will say, I want to quit or I quit
no
Longreach.
way.
Then I will now look at the person and know that this one is pure Satan that came out from hell to deceive the person from their father's house, to cut them out from living the good life. Because my first house in Longreach, we built it as a Diamond 7 leader. And then other ones that are unfolding by God's grace as a 1-star and then 2-star director. You can achieve financial freedom we're talking about from Diamond 7. You must not wait till you get to star director. I'm telling you the truth. So you will not even see any Diamond 7 leader that will tell you, I give up, I want to quit, this, that. That person is not too grounded on this platform, and they are not seeing what people like us saw. So don't be discouraged, but always encourage yourself. And remember what I said before, you take full responsibility for your business and you don't even give room to any form of discouragement at all, because it's coming to rob you of the glory you enjoy as you grow in the business.
True.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Before you go, somebody says, how do you handle people who feel Longreach is not their kind of thing? They feel too big. They feel their self-esteem will be affected. How do you handle them?
How I handle people like that is, I keep talking about painting the big picture when you're prospecting people like that. And then involving your upline, especially your evidence is different from a diamond. One, they start to, let's say, for instance, I'm not afraid of taking me to go and prospect a governor. If you take me to a governor or a president, I know what I have. I know the level of presentation I will offer to that person and the evidence and achievements I will show to this person that will make the person to look at his or her own pocket and know that whatever they feel they have achieved, you are at that same level or more, or even coming to that level they are. You understand? So please, if you're growing up in the business, look at your star directors and involve them in most of these kind of big people that tell you this, that Longreach is. I know somebody who chatted me recently and was telling me that Longreach is for poor people. And I'm like, that a prospect told him that. And I'm like, I don't understand. Longreach is for poor people, as in people who don't have money. And I'm like, I would like to know that person. I want to go and prospect that person. That's the kind of people I even want to go and prospect. With evidence, you shut them up. You shut their mouth up and they won't be able to talk again. So involve your star directors to follow up on this kind of people. That's just my advice. And then as you grow in the business, you get to know how to with the right knowledge, and then with your own personal evidence, you know how to handle this kind of people if you see them or if you meet them as you grow in the business.
Wow. Thank you.
That's what I
Thank you so much.
really
That's
worked
a
for
whole lot for
me.
that person.
Yes.
Mm. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Oh, yes, like she had said to us earlier, it's her first network marketing business. Thank you very much, SD Miriam, for having taken out time to be on this call with us today. Everybody that has been on the call, thank you so much for taking out time to be on the call. Remember, next week, Saturday, FSD James Effiong will be here with us. He'll be on the call with us. SD Miriam's network is trying to bid us farewell a few minutes to off. It's still not reconnecting. I know she's trying to say
You're
something.
welcome, ma.
Okay. So thank you very, very much, ma'am. You have done justice to all our questions. As we want to round off, if your network is still there, oh, she's gone off again. I want to thank everybody who has been on the call, every single person who has made out time to be with us, all the leaders across the various teams. Thank you so much. Our FSDs on the call. I
I
see
think
you,
the
ma'am. Thank
network
you.
is, oh, sorry.
Yes, the network was going off and not on, but we got the gist of what you were saying, and it was so clear. Involve your SDs when you meet such big people who think it's for poor people. Involve your SDs and let them help you. We got that clearly. Thank you so much, ma'am. Oh, our network is gone off again. So that's it for today.
Yes.
Oh, ma'am, are you still there?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
ma.
thank you very much. Thank you so much for today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the nuggets that you were able to drop for us. We truly appreciate. For everybody on the call, thank you so much. Let's do it again next Saturday when we'll be having FSD James Effiong on this call. And until next Saturday, have a wonderful weekend and God bless you. Bye for now.